So I'm Sibusiso Biyela. I am a science communicator at a company called ScienceLink from South Africa. I basically do science communication work with universities and other research institutions.
I am Ntokozo Nomasiko Msomi. I'm also with ScienceLink, but I'm the language practitioner. So I'm the person behind their Zulu publications and their translated works. So it could be research papers, it could be questionnaires, and. Well, what we've seen in recent years and what we're trying to solve is the language gap. Right, South Africa is a country with 11 official languages and about 10 more sub-languages under those languages, right, that are not official. So the easiest way to speak with the person, have a proper conversation, is to speak in their native language, right? So, and the biggest challenge in South Africa is that all science literature is in English. So, which is why we embarked on a journey of decolonizing science, because English is, of course, a colonizer's language in our land. And the only way to make people realize that science is not an enemy is to communicate science in their language with them.
Yeah, so the biggest challenge to science communication in South Africa for me, I would say, is trust in science. And it's something that a lot of countries globally go through. I mean, you can talk about all sorts of things in isiZulu and other African languages, but as soon as you talk about science or technology, you have to switch
to English.
You switch
which is
to
so
English.
weird.
Yeah.
Like you could discuss any topic, right? You could discuss sports, you could discuss physical education, anything. But when we start discussing science, we go to English.
And that's where you lose the trust.
Language is the first hurdle. That's the door. That's the entryway. There's a nice quote I like. I can't find who said this, but it says, "Mother tongue speaks to us best," right? So, and Nelson Mandela once upon a time said, you can talk to someone in English, they'll hear you. But once you switch to their mother tongue, you speak to their heart, right? So they'll get you if you're speaking in another language, but they will understand you when you're speaking to them or with them in their native language. Yeah. So that's the first language first.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And part of that is, as science communicators, I think the most important thing is understanding the audience, your own audience that you want to talk to. And in order to make your audience trust you, in order for them to share what they need from you, language is an important part of doing that. So it is language, but it's also just understanding the audience and trying not to impose.
And being culturally sensitive also, and aware. Being sensitive and aware, because there are a lot of offensive things. You wouldn't know you're offending people, but educating yourself with those tiny intricacies of culture and nuance will build a long-lasting bridge. Because